We are about to begin the inaugural session of the Purvottari program, which is part of the Sahitya Akademi's annual Festival of Letters. In Purvottari, as we all know, writers, poet, participants of North and the northeastern India will participate, and distinguished Manipuri poet Dr. Rabindre will inaugurate this program. At the outset of the program, I request respected President Sahitya Akademi, Professor Chandrasekhar to welcome Dr. Rabindre, offering Uttari. Now I request Dr. K. Srinivas Raoji, respected Secretary, Sahitya Akademi, to make a welcome address.
Namaskar and good morning to all of you. Respected Professor Chandrasekhar, President Sahitya Akademi, Srimati Rabindre, eminent Manipuri poet, Sri Madhav Koshikji, Vice President Sahitya Akademi, Professor cordially, former Executive Board member and also eminent Assamese poet, Honorable Executive Board and General Council members of the Sahitya Akademi, all the writers, poets and scholars who are assembled here, and ladies and gentlemen. I am glad to welcome all of you for this edition of Purvottari, Northeast and Northern Writers Meet. This is a part of Festival of Letters, which we started for the last almost 5 years. Friends, India is often referred to as a very unique country in terms of linguistic diversity. The large number of languages and dialects, written and oral traditions, plus the language family clusters make India a very unique place. If linguistically India is a very unique place, the pride of place for sheer diversity and linguistic depth should go to northeastern states. The number of dialects, vast literature emanating from those tongues make northeastern states a very interesting place, not merely in terms of linguistics but literature also. Interestingly, the polyphonic voices out of northeast do not lead to cacophony but a melodious harmony, as if to make the old adage that all things are interconnectedness. The culture represented by these languages stand united even though they are diverse and separate at the ground level. One thing which stands out in Northeast is the breathtaking and beautiful landscape. This landscape has inspired many literature and illiterate to pen their emotions and feelings. The result is exotic literature. Sadly, and for a number of reasons, much of this exotic literature has not crossed the borders of Northeast. These literary gems have remained hidden for long from the wider public eye and are waiting to be unearthed and brought to the notice of the world. In the same way, the northern parts of the country are blessed with a wide range of geographical locations and a large number of dialects, including tribal ones. Unlike their northeastern counterparts, North Indian languages and dialects have been able to find presence in the mainstream discourse and scripted representations by and large, to spread the Northeastern literary gems far and wide, to promote Northeastern writers and cultures, and to provide them the first-hand exposure to other traditions and cultures. Sahitya Akademi has been organizing zonal meets featuring Northeastern writers in several parts of the country, like Northeast Southern Writers Meet, Northeast Western Writers Meet, and also a similar poetry festival. And recently we have started Northeast Southern, Northeast Western Women Writers Meet also. Last year we have started very successfully that scheme, that series of programs are going on. That is one of the many reasons why Sahitya Akademi organizing Northeastern regional meets periodically. And the more the literatures from Northeast interact with the writers from other regions, languages and traditions, they will get exposed to other traditions and gain first-hand knowledge about newer crafts and techniques. When we talk linguistic diversity and the necessity to connect the regions of Northeast India assume great importance. The sheer number of languages and dialects and the literature, especially tribal and oral, makes the region highly vibrant and exciting. Tribal literatures and oral expressions have long been surrounded by silences, even though they embrace us all the time. Often stereotyped, misrepresented, and trivialized, their echo is nevertheless heard in all spheres of expression and everyday cultures in India. These literatures are oral in nature and rich in expression. Their vibrancy is fully heard in tribal lore and written expressions. This program is a part of our commitment to promote Northeastern literature and bridge the divide that has happened over a period of time. We firmly believe the programs of this nature will go a long way in creating awareness about others' literary traditions and take small steps towards identifying commonalities in the journey towards a true Indian literature. Further, such connections are inherent part of Sahitya Akademi's existence. After the independence, when Sahitya Akademi was founded, the founding fathers of the Akademi observed that even educated section of the country's population hardly knew about anything about literary development and advancement even in the neighboring states. To address the situation, they provided a mandate to the Akademi that it unites varied cultural and linguistic traditions of the country thought, literature, and they deemed it as Sahitya Akademi's literary contribution towards national integration and nation development. Akademi has been abiding by the mandate for over 65 years now by uniting the cultural traditions of the country. That we do by carrying best of literature from one region and language to other regions and languages through translation. And this enables the writers, poets and readers to become aware of other cultural and literary traditions of the country. This awareness, enhanced understanding of other culture and traditions increases acceptance, tolerance, understanding, peace, cooperation and amity on the one hand, while decreasing intolerance, hatred and violence against other traditions of the country. I sincerely hope everyone participating in this program stands benefited. With these few words, I once again welcome the Honorable President and Vice President and the Chief Guest of this morning and all the Executive Board members of the Academy and General Council members and these distinguished poets, scholars who came all the way from the Northeast and Northern parts. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much for briefly and aptly pointing out as to how Sahitya Akademi endures in attempting to achieve cultural national integrity, bridging all geographical gaps and celebrating the diversity. Now I request Dr. Rabindre to make her inaugural address. Dr. Rabindre is an eminent Manipuri poet, critic, editor and academic who goes by the pen name Arambam Ongi Memcho. She is the author of many research works and books, including 7 collections of poems and 2 travel books. She is the recipient of many prestigious awards, including the Sahitya Akademi Award, which she received for her collection of poems, Idu Ming Thao. Her poems have been translated into many Indian and foreign languages as well, and published in several anthologies. She is a laureate of the UNESCO Ashburn Bursaries for Artists 1997, Paris, and in connection with it, she worked in Israel on poetry for 3 months. She has worked as editor for Macha Leima, a women's quarterly published by Macha Leima and Ritu, a literary journal by the Cultural Forum Manipur, for some years. She was a member of Sahitya Akademi's Advisory Board for Manipuri from 1998 to 2002. I request now Dr. Bemchori to make her inaugural address.
Thank you. I thank Sahitya Akademi, the organizers of this literary function, Purvottari, Northeast and the Northern Writers Meet 2020, for inviting me to give the inaugural lecture. I feel honored and would like to express my heartfelt gratitude to the Sahitya Akademi. I look back and wonder how times have passed so swiftly. It was the mid-90s when I was invited for a reading in Bhopal organized by Bhavan and the Sahitya Akademi. I believe it was the first All India Women's Poets Meet. I met there K. Sasitanandan, then the Secretary of Sahitya Akademi, Navarita Debsen, who passed away recently, P.S. D. Souza, Pativananda Kumar, and other promising young women poets of the time. On the particular event, I stood as a lone figure in an ocean of strangers. I felt my differences in my looks and in the dress I wore. Even my body languages was different. I believe it was the first time they had seen a Manipuri woman poet. It seemed they ignored me. Among those who came from South or North India, there was little difference in their appearance and the dresses they wore. They smiled each other in English or Hindi. They tried to communicate with each other with enthusiasm. Before the inaugural function, I set a cup of tea in the corner, sitting alone and pretending to read a journal. But I was reading their faces in silence. I had to read a poem without translation as a part of the inauguration with some of my fellow poets. When my turn came out, I felt weakness at my knees. I wondered who will understand my language Manipuri, a family of the Sino-Tibetan language. Who cares? It is their problem. I mustered up my courage and chose a poem that I thirsted the unique rhythm of the poem. The reading broke down the ice. Just after the closing of the inauguration, all the audience come up on the stage to greet me. I was dumbfounded. It was Mamataji Sagar, young and beautiful, holding my arms and asked me, "Why you keep quiet? Say something." Tears come down from my eyes. I sincerely answered, "Oh, I was so afraid all of you will not understand my words." "Yes, we do not understand your language. It sounds like Chinese, but we all know what you are trying to express." For the first time, I realized that poetry is a powerful expression that goes beyond the barrier of language. After some years, there was another National Women's Poets Meet at Guwahati, organized by Sahitya Akademi. The poets who came to take part in the meet were very happy as they landed at the first time on the soil of the northeastern parts of India. It seems as if they arrived to some unknown planet. But Guwahati is hardly different from other parts of mainland India. I made a comment that if you really want to see the real Northeast, then come to Manipur. It was during the early 2000s at the peak of fake encounters being committed towards the common people by the security forces. This may be a good reason why the Academy seemed partly reluctant to hold programs in the Northeast. A few years following the poets meet in Guwahati, on one fine day, the then Secretary of Sahitya Akademi, made his first visit at Imphal, the capital city of Manipur, as we invited him. After the event, Sahitya Akademi Kolkata invited other poets and writers of India and organized more literary functions in Imphal. Then our resident secretary, Ram Kumar Mukhopadhyay, visited every year. They found Manipur as one of the most beautiful places of the world. They tested our different dishes, and food, our own unique and different wine, women's market, the warm hospitality of the people, etc. The most unique thing they were surprised about Manipur was that there was no beggars in the streets. The writings of the 8 states of Northeast part started to enter in the mainland literary scenario. It happened during the 90s. In the preface of Women Writings in India, 600 BC to early 20th century, edited by Suji Tharu and T. Lalita, Oxford University Press, New Delhi, 1991, no women writers of the Northeast were included in the anthology, except the word. Assam was mentioned once to show revealed that they could not include any other writer from the mentioned state. It seemed they have no idea if all the names or people of the Northeast. For the first time in an anthology, a poet of Manipur, Anambam Memsobi, I was included in their own voice, the Penguin Anthology of Contemporary Indian Romance Poet, edited by Aryan R. Kejide, Penguin Books, India, New Delhi, 1993. Nehru took up the initiatives and some anthologies of Northeast poets and writers came out. It was pointed out in the introduction, being carried far away, edited by Shobha Venkatesh Ghosh, Sparrow, Mumbai, 2009, on the basic difference between the writings of women of mainland and the northeastern parts of India. The editor did not find the common Indians' experience in tribal bourgeoisie family in most of the women writings of northeastern part, as there was the experiences of violent conflicts. The northeastern states with the other parts of India may be living under the same sky, within the same political boundary, and under the same Muslim style. But their worldview is totally different. We never experienced the Mughal rule, and the British period was short. Manipur had only 60 years of British rule as a princely state. They established English school by the early 20th century, but we boycotted the language. They learned Manipuri, the Meitei law, and it continued as the official language, as Manipuri was the lingua franca among the other non-Meitei communities of Manipur. Manipur has its own script and a long tradition of writing, like the Rajtani of Kashmir and the Rajmala of Tripura. Manipur has recorded historical chronicle since 33 AD, known as Likhano Kumbhava, just after the post-independence. As part of the modern Indian unit, we were at the mercy of no man's land. The compulsory visit them to learn and speak other languages, Hindi or English. In the last 30 years, the people of Manipur started learning English as if our life and the death depends on it. UNESCO declared on 1996 Manipuri language is among those who are venerable. The topic was a part of discussion in one of the sessions held at the Gateway Literary Festival, Mumbai, this month, February 14, 15, 2000, under the theme, The Language Diversity, the Story of Evolution and Extinction, shared by Ganesh Devi and the panel by Anandita Abi Tamumonso and myself. Manipuri language fulfilled all the criteria of the classical language of India, but it was on the verge of endangered. I am afraid it will be the destiny of most languages and dialects of our world. One of my Manipuri tribal friends once told me that as long as Manipuri language survives, all the tribal dialects of Manipur will survive. What he told me true, as all the dialects and Manipuri language were all interconnected. In the centuries so far, we have been surviving together. If we consciously work together, we will survive. At the concluding part, translated. I am not bring it my first name. The goddess of lightning. If your spirit hears or not, if you agree or not, I am the answer you have been searching for centuries. Do you perceive me as a skylark floating freely in the moonlight, or the glistening dew gathered in the tender buds of roses, blooming in the early morning? No, I am none of these. I am the goddess of lightning, the goddess of lightning. Hearing the thunder of my voice, this old earth surely will collapse. The two rotten arms of yours that you have preserved so precisely by painting them with new colors, stretching them out like some hero towards the gate of a new history. I shall burn them in the thousand-tongued fire of my glance. I shall burn the burden of your rusted ideas of many centuries. While you stand frozen at my hideous form, I will finish breathing the earth beneath. Thank you all.
Thank you, ma'am, for your inaugural address as well as the beautiful poem that you recited in final. Now I request the chair of this session, Professor Chandrasekhar Kambaji, to make the presidential address. Kambaji is President of the Sahitya Akademi and distinguished Kannada literature and the recipient of the Padma Shri, Jnanapeeth, Sahitya Akademi Award, Sangeet Natak Akademi Award, Kabir Samman, K.V. Shankar Gowda Award, Kamala Devi Chattopadhyay Award, Asan Award, and many others. I request Kambaji to make presidential address.
Friends, I must begin by saying that this North and Northeast Writers' Meet suggests immense collaborative possibilities. It is underpinned by the encompassing idea of the connections between the two regions and at the same time celebrates the plurality differences that characterize these regions. This concept highlights the manner in which the distinct yet linked histories, cultures, and political identities of the two regions can be brought together. What connections do we see in the literary writings that emerge from these regions? How do we historicize the literatures of these regions, and in doing so, trace the manner which their historical links and differences impact their literatures? The historical, political, cultural influences on the north, especially the central and Delhi, range anywhere from the Mughal to British, as we know. The influence of English and Western cultures has been felt on the regions in the northeast emphatically too, but they are all still connected to their native roots, even highly cosmopolitan place like Delhi. Therefore, I hope this seminar will bring to the foreground all the diverse literatures and cultures of these regions. And at the same time, we will also highlight how the writings of these regions are at the core of what we understand as Indian literature. We must particularly trace the connections in the post-independence and post-colonial context of these regions. Today we live in a hybrid, diasporic and globalized world. So how are the contemporary histories and literatures of these Indian regions being affected by these global developments? If so, can the recent writings from these regions express such new social, political and cultural realities? Of course, given how the consumerism life, consumerism styles and market economy seems to invade even our rural places in India. We should be aware of the material impact of these global contexts on Indian regions today. We must examine the histories of oppression and resistance against this neo-colonial onslaught in such regions. The next question would be, how does this neo-colonial history impel certain modes, genres and attitudes in the literary cultures of different regions of India? These are some questions I hope this seminar will bring up. I look forward to hearing the various speakers, critics like creative writers from the North, Northeast, tease out these questions in their discussions. They will show us how the concept of Indian literature is by no means a homogenized one, and that it gathers all the plural literary and cultural traditions that form the idea of this nation, rather the subcontinent. Very often, the notion of what constitutes post-colonial literatures have largely overlapped with Anglophone writings. No doubt our colonial past and access to English education and literature during the 20th century led to new trends in Indian writing. We adapted them to our own context in a very creative way. On the other hand, native traditions too did not die out completely. We have had a strong tradition of orality literature that addressed and emerged out of community culture. For instance, think of a range of literary productions in Karnataka over time, both written and oral, whether it is Vachanas of 12th century or the later Dasapadas. All these writings address the heart directly or they speak to a shared devotional community. What I am trying to show here is how, despite the distinct influence and stamp of Euro-American modernism on both English and regional literatures in India, many writers have continued to link themselves with the older native traditions. Now, the question in front of us is, how do we go on from here? Where does our search for a new identity for Indian literature take us? How do we define our own location and a signature literary style? In this seminar, we will find an opportunity to talk, discuss, debate, with the exchange ideas about such important issues related to literature, culture, and identity in India today. Further, I would like to leave you thinking along the lines of the following questions. How do we draw upon, as well as resist, the dominant and Western modes of writing, models of writing? What are such histories of resistance that unfold in your rich, diverse literature in the North and the Northeast? In this age of globalization, digitization, and increased connectivity, how do we shape your new and distinctive literary northern and northeastern identities? These are a few of the questions I would like to put you forward. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. You brilliantly extended the points that Secretary pointed out in his speech of celebrating diversity and bridging all geographical gaps. Thanks a lot. सत्र के उद्घाटन सत्र के अंतिम चरण में मैं अब अनुरोध करता हूँ आदरणीय माधव कौशिक जी से कि वे इस सत्र का समाहार वक्तव्य दें।
आदरणीय कम्बार साहब, अध्यक्ष साहित्य अकादमी, मैडम अनवम जी, श्रीनिवास लाल जी, सभी दोस्तों, वाकई मैडम का लेक्चर और कम्बाल साहब के कहने के बाद उन्हीं बातों को दोहराने का कोई फायदा नहीं। एक चीज कई बार हम अपने लेखक मित्रों से फीडबैक भी लेते हैं और वो फीडबैक बड़े चौंकाने वाले हैं। लेखक को ये माना जाता है कि वो बड़ा एकांत साधक है, अपने घर के कमरे में बैठ के अपनी टेबल पे बैठ के लिखता रहता है, बहुत कम बाहर निकलता है। जब एकांत साधक दूसरे एकांत साधकों से हमने मिलवाते हैं तो एक तरह का ये एक इंटेलेक्चुअल एक्सप्लोजन भी होता है। तो लेखकों ने हमें बताया कि आपके प्रोग्राम में जाने के बाद जब हम दूसरी भाषाओं के लेखकों से मिलते हैं, दूसरी भाषाओं के लेखन में जो नए ट्रेंड्स आते हैं, उसके बाद मैंने एक किताब लिखी और इस किताब का इतना स्वागत हुआ, तो ये बात बहुत बड़ी बात है। तो ये पूर्वोत्तरी में जब हम देश इतना लंबा चौड़ा है, इसमें कोई दो राय नहीं, बहुत विविधता है। और नॉर्थ ईस्ट को तो हम म्यूजियम ऑफ लैंग्वेजेस भी मानते हैं कि हर 5-7 मील के बाद ही वहाँ डायलेक्ट बदल जाते हैं। एक बात जो हम अपने इतने हमारे पब्लिकेशन उस पर अक्सर हम राधा कृष्ण जी की एक लाइन भी कोट करते हैं, इंडियन लिटरेचर इज वन दो इट इज रिटन इन मैनी लैंग्वेजेस। तो आप ये महसूस करोगे, चाहे वो कवि नॉर्थ ईस्ट का हो, साउथ का हो, कहीं का भी हो, उसका दिल एक ही तरह से धड़कता है, उसके समाज के सरोकार एक जैसे ही है। कमाल साहब ने कहा कि वेस्टर्न और ग्लोबलाइजेशन का प्रभाव जीवन पे पड़ा है, पूरी दुनिया पे पड़ा है। अकेला साहित्यकार ऐसा है जो उस प्रभाव को झेलने में समर्थ है, उस प्रभाव के दुष्प्रभाव नहीं होने दिए। आप लोगों की वजह से अगर बचा हुआ है हिंदुस्तान की पुरानी ट्रेडिशन बची हुई है, हिंदुस्तान की लिंगुअल और लिंग्विस्टिक डाइवर्सिटी बची हुई है, तो वो सब आपकी वजह से है। हम आपके बहुत आभारी हैं कि आप इतनी दूर से चल के आए, अपने विचारों से हमें साझा करेंगे। और एक बात और ये साबित होने जा रही है, कई बार बड़ा हैरानी भी होती है। पिछले साल हमने एक इसी तरह का युवा सम्मेलन किया, पंजाब के ऊपर सबसे अच्छी कहानी दक्षिण के लड़के की लिखी हुई थी, पर उसे पंजाबी नहीं आती। तमिल क्राइसिस पे सबसे अच्छी कहानी नॉर्थ के लड़के ने लिखी हुई थी। कश्मीर के बारे में सबसे अच्छी कविता किसी नॉर्थ ईस्ट के बच्चे की हो सकती है। इससे पता चलता है कि पूरे हिंदुस्तान के लेखक की साइकी एक जैसी है, उसकी मेंटल वेवलेंथ एक जैसी है, और साहित्य अकादमी इस चीज को रिकॉर्ड करने में सफल रही है, और उस सफलता का सारा श्रेय मैं आपको देता हूँ। कम्बाल साहब का भी अभिवादन, मैडम का भी, हमारा पूरा स्टाफ इन 7 दिनों में रात दिन मेहनत करता, आप देख ही रहे हैं। मुझे लगता है हमारा सेक्रेटरी तो कपड़े बदल नहीं चाहता होगा। तो मैं आप सबका हार्दिक अभिवादन, अभिनंदन, और पूर्वोत्तरी का ये मैसेज है, ये पूरी दुनिया में जाएगा, इसी विश्वास के साथ। धन्यवाद, जय हिंद।
Well, the inaugural session ends here. We will immediately commence the first session of the Purvottari, which is meant for short story readings. Kiran Kumar ji was expected to chair this session, but he will open the session and immediately leave for a meeting, and the session will be concluded by Professor Anita Singh ji. The participants in this session are short story writers Rumi Laskar Bora ji in Assamese, Professor Anita Singh ji in English, Adharaniya Shri Navneet Mishra ji in Hindi, and Harbam Satyavati Devi ji in Marathi.